Hello, teachers. I am going to give you a quick tutorial on how to use the Fluency that we have created for our sixth graders for this year. So within our math course that we have set up, there is a Fluency module. If you click on that Fluency module, you can see that there are 30 Fluency activities that have been created. Each of these Fluency activities is on a Google Sheet. I'm going to show you how those have been set up and how your students would use those. So I'm just going to click on the very last one. It will take you to this page right here where it says click to open the Fluency Sprint. And then it asks students to please submit at the end of the week by copying the URL for the last attempt. If you don't want your students to turn these fluencies into you, then you can change that. You're welcome to edit and change any part of this that doesn't fit what you want to do. But students will click on that button right there and it will prompt them to make a copy of the Google Sheet. So once they have made a copy of that, this is what it will look like for them. So it says that it's a sprint, but it's not really set up to be a speed thing. These fluencies are more for students to practice their computational skills with decimals and fractions. And so there are 12 problems for every week. This is intended to last for the entire week. So we would just give our students 3 of these problems a day. I would do them 4 times a week. So because we have block on Wednesdays, we don't have a very long math period. So I would not assign it to them on Wednesdays and I would give them 3 problems a day. You can assign it however you would like, but that was kind of how they were intended to be used, is to go for the entire week. So a couple of things for you to be aware of in these. They're all set up so that in the answer cell over here, when a student gives the correct answer, that will turn green. So they're assigned to be self-checking so that you don't have to check them. But you can see when a student turns them in if they've practiced their computation and if they've done it correctly. It's also intended for them to do their work on another sheet of paper. So if you wanted them to turn in that other sheet of paper, you could figure out how you wanted them to do that. But you can see that when they give that correct answer, the answer cell will turn green. So if it doesn't turn green, it means they have done something wrong. Quick notes on a few things to get those answers correct. All of the problem number 4s, or most of them, are division problems. They're going to need to write their answer with their remainder written as a fraction. That's how all of the answers will be in this cell over here. So in order for it to correct it as being correct, they'll need to write it, the remainder, as a fraction. All fractions are shown with just the slash mark right here. If it's a mixed number, there is a space. So like on number 11 right here, that would be 2 3/5 times 1 3/8. So also exponents, there's not any exponents on this one, but on ones that are exponents, and the little caret symbol right up here is used to indicate an exponent. Stars are indicating multiplication. So that's in the instructions, but that might be helpful to students with that. So they would just complete 3 a day and then turn this sheet in. They would just copy the URL on the last day, and then in Canvas, that's how they would turn it into me, is just with the URL, so that I could see that they did it and they got the answers correct. If you wanted to, right now it is set up so that it doesn't count on a student's grade. But again, once you import this into your own Canvas course, you can do any editing here that you want. You could change it so you can see right here, it doesn't count toward the final grade, but you could change it so that it does. Here they're going to submit it using a website URL. If you wanted them to do something different, you could do that as well. The paper copies of these are also going to be available. This is what it looks like, not on a Google Sheet, and those will be available to you on the district math website under Approach One materials, I believe. So if you wanted to print out and do a paper copy of them, you could, or if you wanted to upload it into Canvas and make it a Cami and have them type their answers on the paper, you could do that as well. But I wanted you to see how they are set up for you to use in Canvas. So I hope that helps.